Team ZA in a strong position. And now with the power start, Bug Off tries to capitalize further, but is being very ably defended. Stretches the pack out to its limit, does Bug Off, and then Bugs out of that pack.
Costa Rica Jammer now standing, waiting to get let back on. Sargento Inferno chomping at the bit, can't wait to get into the action.
Bug Off tries to split the defense, is pushed by a posterior, but continues to skate, comes up with the full 5.
Inferno meets the South African wall at the back of the pack.
La Diabla for Costa Rica goes to the penalty area.
That was a beautiful step through from Bug Off. Absolutely didn't touch the sides at all on that one. Nice little step through.
Bug Off in the pack, looking for more. Comes to the inside, is not quite dislodged by a hit from Janet.
Sargento Inferno hearing it from the Costa Rican fans as she gets through the pack for her initial pass. But the jam is called off before anything can happen. Don't forget hashtag heaven. That's where we are. Don't forget to hashtag RDWC2018. The Roller Derby World Cup 2018. We'd love to see your tweets. We'd love to hear your feedback. And you'll be able to see your tweets up on the feed as well, halftime and full time.
21 minutes remaining in the first period. South Africa 70, Costa Rica 4. Demonia and Axel Bruce, jammers of the right now.
Oh, just looking to clean up that inside line, but Demonia closed off there by the South African defense.
The pack in turn number 1. Demonia trying the inside route. Axel Bruce is on a scoring pass. Bit of friendly fire as Axel Bruce runs over her own blocker in eagerness to score those points.
La Diabla also trying to just work to break open the pack there, but unable to do so. So the Costa Rican jammer still working to get through the pack.
Penalty, Costa Rica. It is Tika with a return engagement in the penalty area. Demonia continues to battle.
South African defense, you see there, just cycling through, getting that lead position again.
Axel Bruce has 10 on the jam.
And finally, Demonia gets set free. A nice little step through on the inside line.
Yeah, Axel Bruce has a look in the rearview mirror, sees that Demonia was skating in the free and open spaces, decided to just cut off the jam right there and then.
If you're wondering about the Twitter feeds for the Roller Derby World Cup, we've got @Derby World Cup on Twitter, as well as @Rainy City Roller Derby. Rainy City Roller Derby, the proud hosts of this Roller Derby World Cup for 2018, and we love the venue and everything they've done for us throughout this whole tournament.
Yeah, Event City is a marvelously modular space, and we've squeezed 4 tracks into it. And it has been a wonderful place to host Roller Derby this weekend, and Rainy City Roller Derby have been great hosts.
Well, Costa Rica changing up the jammer lineup. Little Umbar on at the moment, up against Red Mist.
Red Mist has lead and 5 in the back pocket. The pack is in turn 1. Red Mist with a head fake, goes to the outside, is spun around and just does a quick call off to end the jam.
I want to say a big thank you to S1 Helmets, who've been proud sponsors of this Roller Derby World Cup. They are durable, functional and stable S1 Pro knee pads are built for roller derby, which is good because I have a set, and they are awesome. And they're comfy as.
Roller derby is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Costa Rica continues to change things up on the jammer line. They've got Jos Amatista, number 17 in the white for Costa Rica, taken to the jammer line. She faces one of the more usual suspects, Betty Bonecrusher for ZA.
Okay, just getting the jam underway. Betty Bonecrusher immediately to lead jammer. That took her less than a couple of seconds to just step through on the outside. Good work from the South African defense just to open up that laneway. Very quickly through points and Cole.
Yeah, Amatista had stashed the star and it was picking up speed to head towards the pack. And
excuse me.
Betty Bonecrusher with point protection cutting that off there. 18 minutes remaining in the first period of play. Team South Africa 18-9 and Costa Rica at a score of 4.
So we still have Amatista Amatista, I should say, on the line for Costa Rica. She's doing back-to-back duty.
There's a fairly short jam. That could make some sense, but Bug Off with a great burst of speed gains
Again,
that lead position.
Star pass in effect now for Costa Rica. She hands it off to La Diabla, who just manages to keep it in line.
Yeah, almost blew a tire in turn number 2, does La Diabla, but continues to skate. Bug Off has 5 points on the pass. La Diabla gives chase. Bug Off tries to get through the pack one more time, gets really low in turn 3 and calls it off.
That was fantastic jammer move there from Bug Off. Saw the defense closing in on her. Absolutely as low to the ground as you can go and called it off. Good timing as well. 3 extra points for the South Africans. Sees them up to 97. 4 points for Costa Rica at the moment.
Costa Rica has not had lead jammer since the second jam of the contest.
And already up, getting towards jam number 11. So yeah, that's been a long drought. 2 on the bench at the moment for the Costa Ricans as well. So that just allows 2020 Axel Bruce.
A quick star pass for the Costa Ricans. Dominatrix, number 314, grabs the star, but Axel Bruce already has lead status. Takes a hit there from Janet. Janet continues to skate, does Axel Bruce. That is the full 5.
And it's a smart move from the Costa Ricans. As soon as the South Africans are getting lead, they're looking for that star pass. But the South Africans also wise to it, so they've been able to just edge the jammer off, the new jammer off, force that recycle, and it just hands the opportunity for another 5 points.
Further calamity for the Costa Ricans. Dominatrix, now the new possessor of that star, has had to take a seat in the penalty area. This is now a power jam for Axel Bruce of the South African squad.
And one of the refs coming over to have a chat, so it may be for an illegal star pass.
It looks, yes, that is the case, as Rosetta Stone returns to the track from the penalty box and has regained the star.
So yeah, we'll just make sure about that at the end there, but that does seem to be the situation for an illegal star pass maneuver.
Yeah, that star was, after a chat with the officials, that star was returned to Rosetta Stone.
Betty Bone Crusher already on the line for Team South Africa. They can't wait to get another one in. Just want to say a big thank you to Sisu Mouthguards, the official mouthguard of the 2018 Derby Roller Derby World Cup. I'm going to just give up in a moment. I can't even. the Roller Derby World Cup, yes, they are awesome, but we...
Thank you, Sisu.
Yes, and I may have accidentally swallowed one of their mouth guards in the process. We do have a team out at the moment, team timeout that has been charged to Costa Rica. So let's quickly run through the journey so far.
Yeah, the Costa Ricans have had a difficult time. They were on the receiving of a 501 to 112 point shellacking from Team Greece.
Ow.
The Costa Ricans also losing 141 to 36 to Team Iceland and 28 to 287 falling to Team Poland.
Wow. How did the South Africans fare?
South Africans with a win, 210 to 186 over Romania. They lost by a narrow margin, 76 to 87 to Greece. And the South Africans also blanked by England, 2-8-3-0.
Yoicks in a way, but we are expecting Team England to be a top 4 contender for this year.
That is true, Pants. Yeah, so both of these teams no strangers to adversity in this particular tournament. They've plenty of gumption because they're certainly back on the track looking for victory now.
Absolutely. All right, getting set to start the next jam. We have 666 Demonia up against 47 Betty Bone Crusher. Demonia being kept in the back of the pack here by the South African defense, stomping away but trying to get through but unable to do so. So Great lateral movement here from the South African blocker. That is 917 Iron Tyrant.
Meanwhile, Betty Bonecrusher heading to the penalty area for a high block. This will be a power gem for Costa Rica and a real opportunity to get back into the swing of things.
Team South Africa looking to chew up the power jam here, and they're off to a great start, recycling Demonia to the back. And again, forcing her to try again. So this is excellent defense here from the South Africans. 917 Iron Tyrant hits the floor. One more block to get through, and she is through. Lead jammer for Costa Rica.
An almost flawless, almost but not quite flawless penalty kill from the South Africans. They prevented that lead jammer status from going to Costa Rica until like about 2 seconds before their own jammer reappeared on the track. However, Costa Rica eligible to score. Demonia inside the pack and looking for more. However, the South Africans sneaking in and through the pack, adding to their own total is Betty Bonecrusher.
Costa Rican defense being caught at the back, so looking for a sneaky point, and they got one.
And so a 5-4 on the jam in favor of the South Africans will bring the total South Africa 121. Team Costa Rica has climbed up to 8 points with 13 minutes remaining in the first period of play.
South Africans changing up the jammer lineup as well. Booty Queen being rewarded with taking on the jammer helmet cover. And it looks like she'll be up against Demonia, maybe, or maybe actually one of the others today. It's a little difficult to tell because the Costa Ricans have such gorgeous hair. It's hammer drama, and it's obscuring the numbers every now and then, but it's great to see this beautiful black hair flying around the track as well.
Lead jam goes to Booty Queen
and
of South Africa.
She has a smile on her face a mile wide. That is awesome.
Yep, pretty pleased with the results, but there's more work to be done for Booty Queen. In the back straightaway. Oh, what a nice maneuver.
Pirouette. Hips first through the back, and she picks up a 5-point pass.
And just the tiniest pirouette to come around the front of the Costa Rican defensive wall. Booty Queen, great work there. Hamadrama now skating free.
Yep, she made her way
Booty
through.
Queen dumped in turn 4.
And she has been pinged for a high block, so she tried to call off the jam. Referee telling her, no, you cannot. You got a high block miss. You are off to the penalty box. So now it's a power jam for the Costa Ricans.
That's right. 54 seconds to work with for Hamadrama.
And a good way to start it with 5 points. So excellent stuff here from the Costa Rican jam as she approaches the back of the wall. Nice step through the inside. That was fantastic.
And the full 5 awarded to Hamadrama for that drama. Approaching the pack once more. It's at a standstill in turn number 1. Hamadrama slows down, gets some excellent offensive support from her blockers. Through again, trips and falls, almost reabsorbed by the pack. Swallowed up by the pride of lionesses is Hamadrama.
That was actually fantastic, where Mother unfortunately being sent off for her forearms, but she was at the back and then at the front. She seemed to move by magic. Great work there from Mother.
Booty Queen has returned from the penalty area, scores 4 on a pass of her own. Hamadrama slowly eyeing the pack, gets into that trio of South African blockers, but the jam is over.
And she gets an extra 3 points for her trouble as well, so well done Hamadrama. 18-point jam for Costa Rica. You little ripper. 9 points for Team ZA. They skip out to 130. Costa Rica chasing them down, currently on 26 points. Iron Tyrant now being asked to do jammer duty for the South Africans. They're really changing things up now. 97 Little Ambar back on for the Costa Ricans. That's her second jam.
Little Ambar trying to sneak through on the inside line. Oh, Red Mist was having none of it. An absolutely devastating hit that sends Little Ambar directly into the infield. Now, back on her skates. South Africa has lead in the personage of Iron Tyrant.
Oh, almost through for 9-7 Little Ambar, but just clipping the outside of the track. She's got to go back and try again. Now tries the inside, and it's that.
Red missed again, holding that
is
inside
amazing.
line, and little Ambar thought the way was clear. Not true.
Now it's a 5-point pass to Ein Tyrant and the South Africans. Both teams just set, waiting for the Jammers to come along.
Yeah,
Costa Rica get their first chance to have a bite of the cherry. And now South Africa are coming through. Oh, nice edge work here from Mother here again. Just forcing the Costa Rican jammer to the outside and getting the big recycle in as well. Excellent.
The pack does a full rotation from the back straightaway into the start box. Iron Tyrant looking for more on the inside. Nice backward skating by Iron Tyrant to eye up the competition and goes inside to outside for 5 points.
Little Ambar gets the handoff. She hands the helmet cover off. So the star pass is clear.
That is, no, that star pass was not going to have worked as the referee was signaling out of play.
Yep. And it looks like it was handed off illegally. So the referees are going to confer in the middle at the moment. And
I think it's a question of who will be sitting in the box.
And we do have a power start to the Costa Ricans. So the referee's currently explaining to the Costa Ricans what happened there, why it was an illegal move. So we currently have the Costa Rican jammer, pivot, and a blocker in the penalty bin to start the next jam.
Yeah, the minivan is full on the Costa Rican side. Betty Bonecrusher will take jamming duties on the power start for ZA when we return to action. The referee's just issuing a clarification and just making sure we have all the correct skaters in the box. They've taken one blocker out. And so a jammer and a blocker in there for Costa Rica.
And we have a timeout being signaled now to, or maybe not. There was there did appear to be a timeout signaled there by the
very
jammer.
briefly. Now we've been signaled to return to play.
Okay, let's get it on.
And so a timeout was charged to Team South Africa, actually.
There you go. Okay, nice push through. Betty getting a nice hand to the back from one of her own blockers just to give her that extra boost of speed.
Betty Bonecrusher now getting jammer support. Picking carefully through the pack. Spins around Sargento Inferno.
Picks up another 5 points for Team South Africa. Costa Rica have now cleared the bench. Team South Africa just one on the bench at the moment. Collision between the jammers. Sees the Costa Rican jammer, Little Ambar, forced to recycle. Her skates touch the outside. And a cut track now issued to Betty Bonecrusher. So it's now, and both jammers now off the track. So it's a race to the bench.
The pack motionless in turn 3. Everybody's just waiting for the return of these jammers, and here they come again.
So Betty Bonecrusher being the first to sit is the first to leave, so she gets the first chance to have a go. Both jammers now engaging the backs of the respective defensive packs. Very spread out pack here.
Betty Bonecrusher taking hits from La Santa and Sargento Inferno.
It's
However,
like Diabla that gets the poor end of the stick there. She's off to the penalty box. I think that was the forearms. So now that's Little Ambar with the helmet cover in hand. She's trying to get through to her pivot, but that is that lady, Booty Queen, turning it on both ends, jamming and now blocking, causing all sorts of trouble.
Betty Bonecrusher skates on. That's 5 more points for the South African side. Just a few seconds remaining in the jam. That's the end of it.
That is it. Poor Little Ambar. She was desperate to hand off that jammer helmet cover to her pivot and just reaching over that wall, reaching over and just couldn't get it through. It's a model of desperation.
It will be bug off.
That is correct.
The next jam.
And Demonia.
There is a mouth guard on the track. Yes, the referees have seen it and retrieved it.
That's not a mouth guard.
Oh,
that is something else.
Another piece of equipment.
It's a black plastic, artificially constructed ring of some description.
Anyway, it's gone now.
It is gone. We have a clean and functional track once again. All right, whistle blows. Here we go. Packs spring into life. And here goes Bug Off. Occupies that inside line. And meanwhile, number 7 gets sent off. La Diabla, joined in the box by 5-5 Kill Gill for the South Africans. And another South African off. So South Africa picking up the penalty trouble this time. Meanwhile, it's a 5-point pass to Bug Off. And a cut track issued to the Costa Rican jammer. So
beautiful apex jump from Bug Off.
Nice. So Costa Rica just organizing a 2-wall at the front here. Some nice lateral movement here side to side. Joined by another one of their blockers, so they managed to hold up the South African jammer briefly.
Bug Off has gone 4 for 4 in so 100% lead jammer percentage thus far.
2-5 for Costa Rica being sent off. String Reaper. As well as the number 7, La Diablo again. So the Costa Ricans look like they're getting into a bit of penalty trouble. Nice step through on the inside. Bug Off for another 5 points. But it's all about this South African defense holding La Demonia.
La Demonia keeping her feet moving, however. Oh, and playing a little defense of her own. Nudges Bug Off. Bug Off was forced to re-enter, but put a foot wrong doing that. Bug Off headed to the penalty area. Power jam, Costa Rica.
So go Demonia, turning it from offense to defense and earning herself a power jam in the process. Excellent.
South Africa not making life easy for Demonia, however, here in turn number 1. She hasn't made much progress at all as multiple bodies fall into the first apex and the jam called off.
La Demonia falling fairly heavily, but she's picking herself up. So she'll be back soon. So now 1-7. Jos Amatista coming on, the little pocket rocket for Costa Rica. And she is going to face off against one of the South Africans. Not quite sure it is it? They're in the box. So there you go. That's why.
Yes. South Africa 193, Costa Rica 26. 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Long drawback by Booty Queen.
It's a massive drawback.
Amatista.
That's way back into the back straight. A bit too far, so that was trouble getting pinged for the destruction of the pack.
And Bug Off comes out of the penalty box, leaps the apex, and steals lead jammer position. Further calamity for the Costa Ricans. A penalty for Amatista.
That's right.
Power jam Bug Off.
And she has lead as well, so she can do whatever she wants.
And right now what she wants is scoring and doing it quite admirably through the pack once for the full 5.
Nice burst of speed, just clearing that Costa Rican defense. They've got 4 on track at the moment, getting reset on the back straight. Oh, nice step through there. Just saw that crack open up in the wall. Bug Off decides to call it off. She sees Amatista standing.
And so a little bit of a freeze there.
Absolutely. Just want to give a little shout out to the Roller Derby Elite. They are the brand that invented the sport. I kid you not, they invented the whole thing.
I believe that.
I believe that too. They told me so.
2:20 remaining in the first period of play. ZA, South Africans 2:03. Costa Rica, a score of 26. And a power start for Axel Bruce. Axel Bruce has done some heavy lifting for the South African side in this and continues to do so. Charging to the front of the pack through the first turn, picks up lead.
The Costa Rican pivot getting sent off. Sargento Inferno So that leaves Amatista just to battle it out for herself. She doesn't have anyone to hand off the helmet cover to should the need arise.
Oh, Booty Queen continues to bedevil Jos Amatista.
And Booty Queen just being a piece of amazement here for South Africa. That is excellent blocking again.
Booty Queen links up with another blocker with tandem blocking. Now going to work on Amatista. Axel Bruce.
Think that was Samurai in the mix?
A 4-point pass for Axel Bruce. A no pass in there. Blockers from each side head to the penalty area.
I stand corrected. That was 5-3-0.
Janet throws a heavy hit into Axel Bruce, who absorbs it and then calls off the jam.
Just also want to do a little shout out for Double Threat Skates. Expert advice from experienced staff. If you want to head to doublethreatskates.co.uk, they'll be very happy to give you a hand.
Hama Drama, number 95 in the white for Costa Rica, returns to the jammer line. She will face Betty Bonecrusher.
Oh, nice shouldering here from the Costa Rican defense. And that enables their jammer to get through. Costa Rica lead jam.
Costa Rica scoreless in 6 jams, looking to change their fortunes here.
Bonecrusher also free. She's going to attack that back wall. And the call off force, so it's a 0-0 double donuts. As we finish off the first half, it's half time already. It's gone so fast. There's been so much action.
Well, we are going to take a brief break. All you citizens of Planet Roller Derby, thank you for joining us here at the Rainy City Roller Derby track. My name is Lightning Slim.
And I'm Pants. We'll see you back here in 15 minutes' time. Welcome back to the Rainy City Roller Derby track. We have just enjoyed listening to the national songs of South Africa and Costa Rica. We didn't have a chance to do it at the start because we were running late, but thankfully been able to do that during our halftime break.
And so we open the second half of this competition. South Africa leading over Costa Rica by a score of 211 to 26. We've done a little number crunching. Costa Rica taking a couple of star passes in the first half, none necessary for the South Africans. There were a couple of 2-minute jams, 10 jammer penalties across the two teams. Costa Rica with 6, South Africa with 4. 9 of those 10 jammer penalties occurring in a period between jams 11 and 17, which was a very hectic and chaotic period. Well, for everyone concerned, especially the referees.
And us, of course. A lot to call, a lot of exciting things to see. We'll come back with a couple of other little bits of tidbits of information throughout this first half. But we've got jam and action underway. We do have Betty Bonecrusher up against Little Ambar. And Little Ambar just trying to step through to that inside, just caught the inside of the line. Betty Bonecrusher is through as the first lead jammer for the second half.
A blocker for each team in the penalty area. Betty Bonecrusher goes outside, takes a nudge there from Janet.
Nice step through on the inside from Little Ambar. She was able to outsmart and outbest 2-2-2 trouble. Not an easy thing to do.
And as Little Ambar was gaining on Betty Bonecrusher, Betty Bonecrusher called off the jam. However, adding 5 to the total of Team South Africa, now at 216 to 26 over Costa Rica.
Of course, all of the points are necessary as we wind down this current round of the Roller Derby World Cup for 2018. Coming up afterwards, we do have a special exhibition bout between Team Israel and the Baltic states.
Yes.
And followed that by quarterfinal action.
Yeah, we'll take a little bit of a break and then get into the quarterfinals as determined by the rankings that we've been leading to throughout the weekend.
Absolutely, and of course, we don't have a clue who's playing who at this point.
Not quite yet. Got to crunch the numbers. Bug Off, who is number 001. I can crunch that.
Oh, now I thought you were being rude to me for a second.
Bug Off, the skater, jamming for South Africa, currently in the lead and scoring.
Hammer Drummer, meanwhile, being sent to the penalty box, so it's now a power jam for the South Africans. So South Africa looking to stamp their authority, get as big a point spread as they can, because that will have an effect on how the seedings determine the matchups in the quarterfinals. As well as for the bouts for tomorrow as well. We do have bouts to determine the rankings for this whole tournament as well. Top 16 teams, I do believe, get a ranking.
Yes, 5 more for Bugoff, now at 10 points on the gem. Hamadrama with great speed decides to play defense for herself, puts a bump onto Bugoff, does not completely dislodge her as Bugoff has to get back into weight. There were consequences to that. Bugoff now cutting the track, the penalty to the South African jammer. She will take a seat, and Hamadrama on the power jam.
So here we are, the second jam of the second half, and already 2 jammer penalties, 1 for each team.
Hamadrama.
Oh, big pile up on turn 3.
Falling in a heap of bodies in turn 3.
Just got 1 more to get through. But now Team South Africa able to regroup that defensive line, and suddenly Hamadrama finds herself at the back of the pack again.
Vander Mosley defending. Holds the inside line against Drama. 4 more points on the board for Bugoff as she snuck past, got those after coming out of the box.
So at the end of that jam, a 14-point jam for Team ZA's, kicks them out to 230. Team Costa Rica still on 26 as we start the next one. We've got La Diabla on the line, lining up against Axel Bruce. All right, here we go.
Axel Bruce wearing number 2020 for South Africa. Falls before getting to turn number 1. Quickly back to her skates. And La Diabla, a penalty.
Yep. So by her number's sake, Suki Smackhouse forcing the cut track penalty. So great defensive work there from the South African blocker.
Axel Bruce with 3 to beat at the front of the pack. Oh, and that is
Booty
broken
Queen.
apart. Yes, Booty Queen. We've said her name quite a bit in the game so far. Booty Queen breaks up that defensive posture and allows access for Axel Bruce to get out with 5 points.
If we were doing MVP votes, we would be putting Booty Queen up there. I'm sure we've been able to say her name a lot because she's done so many awesome things. Awesome.
Axel Bruce doing some things of her own, including scoring, and that is the full 5. The pack at a virtual standstill in turn 3. La Diabla back from the penalty area, running up against the aforementioned Booty Queen.
2-2 also getting a hit. That puts people in trouble. And Suki Smackhouse as well, just letting the Costa Rican jammer know what's going on. La Diabla, I hope there's a lot of ice on standby for that lady. She got smacked around in there like a ping pong ball.
25 minutes remaining in the contest. South Africa 244, Team Costa Rica a score of 26.
Demonia now lining up against 1981. That is Red Mist. Just want to give a quick shout out to Kea Skates, quad roller skates, plates and accessories for roller derby, lifestyle, park skating and dance. It's time. It's time to get on with the jam.
Demonia, Red Mist, jammers of the moment. Red Mist spinning around, keeps the toe stops inside the track boundary. Lead jam goes to South Africa.
You can see here just how wonderful that South African defense is. That star pass getting handed off right in front of your eyes. And Costa Rica's new jammer just coming a bit of a cropper on turn 2. But she is back on her feet and off and skating. That is 3-1-4. And that appears to be dominatrix.
That jam whistled down. Additional points scored. ZA, 9 points for them.
Right. Here we go. We've got 4-7. Betty Bone Crusher back up on the line up against 9-7. Little Umbar stepping up to the line here quite a lot in the second half. I do believe that's her second jam already, and we're only 5 jams in.
Little Ambar tries to make a nifty play around
Look
the
at
outside.
it go.
It is successful. Little Ambar of Costa Rica has lead.
And she's just zipping around the track. She's already got half a lap on the South African jammer. Hits that back at the, operating that inside line. It's that lady again, Booty Queen, forcing the recycle.
Now, Little Ambar did have a couple of skaters past. We'll see how many. Yeah, 2 points.
Two. Yep. But Betty just too fast, too strong. Full 4 points for South Africa. Right, 001 bug off back online. And facing up now against 1-7, Ojos Amatista. So some of our favorite skaters doing the jam work here. Ojos Amatista just prowling that back line, whistle blows, and just like that, bug off is off and racing.
That previous jam is the first in 9 in which both jammers were able to score.
And a power jam
Amatista
now.
sits in the penalty area. Bug off on the power jam due to a forearm by Amatista.
5 points held up by the jam ref. So another 5 for Team ZA. Getting set for another scoring pass. One more. Nice little dodge, parry, turn and weave. And another 5 points for South Africa as 08 heads to the box. That is La Santa. So just one in the penalty area for all skaters at the moment, all teams. Another 5 point pass. Bug off just showing us how it's done. Team South Africa once again getting that agile wall side to side movement and so solid and strong.
Yeah,
Amatista just too small and not strong enough to pound her way through.
Yeah, bug off with great resilience because the strength on the skates, but also light as air going through the curves. 21 minutes remaining.
Nice to see a little bit of chatting go on between the different skaters here. A little bit of a shimmy shake, maybe just getting some after party dance moves worked out here.
Yeah, that was
good to see.
Janet having a little word with Booty Queen. I don't know. Could be trash talk. Could be making new friends.
I hope it's the new friends. That's what the World Cup is all about. Been such a great spirit going throughout this whole tournament. Teams hugging each other at the ends of games. It's been just lovely to see these skaters encouraging each other. So many of them know each other from different leagues or different countries.
Yeah, from home leagues and sanctioned play, that sort of thing. And yeah, but this is a great big gathering of a whole bunch of people. Penalty, cutting the track there. Yep. That will go to drama. Axel Bruce skates on the power jam.
She's not so happy about it either, but I never met a jammer who's been rather pleased to get a penalty either. So, you know, par for the course. Meanwhile, a step through the inside, and it's 5 more points to South Africa.
The pack still just outside turn 2 in the back straightaway.
Just a little bit of maneuvering going on here, just trying to break up that Costa Rican defensive wall. Done perfectly by South African defense. That's exactly the way you love it as a jammer. Just skate on through, pick up another 5.
Axel Bruce in the pack looking for more. Takes that hit from Janet. Momo Fett tripped and fell on Axel Bruce. No penalty issued there, though. Axel Bruce now recycled.
No. So off we go, and it is another penalty. This time it is to Janet. So she's off to the penalty area. Meanwhile, Costa Rica's jammers just weaving away through. That's excellent work from Hamadrama. Just meeting that last line of defense. And it's a no pass, no penalty issued. So she does get her initial. And that is it. Axel Bruce decides that's okay. We will just clear off. We'll get another fresh set of wheels on. And here we go again. Red Mist lining up now. And 20-point jam for Team South Africa. So that's, I think, the largest score for the half so far.
296, the cumulative score of Team South Africa. Costa Rica at 28, 18 and a half minutes remaining. And a timeout called here by the Costa Ricans.
That is correct. So team huddle on track from Team South Africa. as we come to you, courtesy of Rainy City Roller Derby. They have been spectacular hosts. We
Absolutely.
are very grateful for them. Also, we want to just give a quick little shout out to Sweet80.com. They are the new roller derby inspired leisurewear brand dedicated to Claire Sweetabix Lawrence. Sweet 80's range of hoodies, jackets, vests, tees and accessories are perfect for the track, gym and street. Suck it up is their motto. A portion of profits go to the Claire Lawrence Foundation to fund brain cancer charities. Sweet80.com is the website. Wear, roll, give is their little MO there.
That sounds
great.
good.
It is a great charity, so we do encourage everyone to be a part of it.
Our producer, Very Cherry, has passed me a little tidbit of information. 6 jams into the second half of play. Team ZA, 5 leads, and the Costa Ricans a mere 1.
Okay, all the skaters back on track. Just 1 in the box for the Costa Ricans, so pack advantage with the South Africans at the moment. We have Demonia and Red Mist on the line. Demonia dancing from side to side, tries to open up a chink in the armor. She's almost there. Red Mist, though, scoots around. She has got a couple more left to go.
Red Mist was taken back by Dominatrix, who tries to do the same thing again, but this time Red Mist doesn't go for it, comes out with lead.
Pack now just, it's a real churning pack here on turn 2. 7-7 trying to chase down that Sargento Inferno, trying to chase down Red Mist.
Yeah, that was a smart move by Inferno to let up on the hit as she was out of play.
Yep. Great track awareness. So that is Van der Mosley being sent off to the track, to the bin at the moment. So 2 standing for Costa Rica, 1 in the box. Nice little apex step through from Red Mist.
Red Mist skates on. Demonia is now eligible to score inside the pack.
Got a little hip whip from one of her own players, but unfortunately got bumped out of play by South Africans defense.
Demonia now passing a fallen skater, killed Gill.
That's right. Another Costa Rican also hits the deck briefly, and another one down. That is the jammer this time, Demonia.
Iron Tyrant has had the better of Demonia a couple of times during this jam. Now with the drawback. Demonia back on the track. Passes the star.
And a cut track now issued to the South African jammer. So that is Red Mist off to the penalty box as we wind down jam number 8. So this will very likely hand the Costa Ricans a power start.
Yeah, Dominatrix has received the star, is now the jammer of Costa Rica. Demonia absorbed a tremendous amount of physical punishment during the jam, just decided it was time to hand it over, and Dominatrix, after being recycled, was able to score 4.
And just as the jam came to an end as well, so that is an excellent 4-point play for Team Costa Rica. That gets them up to 32. Team ZA, meanwhile, have crashed through the 300-point barrier, 312 at the moment. So power start now.
It must be immensely gratifying as a jammer who's been forced to pass the star to have it land successfully and get some points out of it.
Absolutely. Little Umbar just skipping around the outside. There she goes, very quick to lead jammer.
First lead in 5 for the Costa Ricans.
Way to go as well. That was a very quick lead jammer takeover by the Costa Ricans. Excellent work.
Red Mist is
really
standing in the penalty
pack.
area.
That is a really fast pack at the moment.
Yeah,
South Africa is trying to draw out that power jam as long as possible. But Little Ambar is just off like a rocket. It's fantastic. Red Mist is now back on track.
Little Ambar continues to score. Picks up 4 on the pass.
And the Costa Rican fans are enjoying this as well. They're going insane. But at the moment, it's all about South Africa in the pack trying to get through. Little Ambar just on screen, off screen, bam.
Easy access for Little Ambar as Booty Queen is in the penalty box. She is sorely missed in the pack for South Africa.
Here she comes again around the outside this time. She is met by Mother. by trouble, I should say. Trouble, and she gets called for a penalty. So 2 of South Africa's premier blockers now in the bin.
Drawback there by Suki Smackhouse. And Little Embar calls off the jam. Big high fives. Big high fives on the bench for Little Embar.
Oh, if you could see this at the moment, but yeah, Little Embar got hugs and high fives as she went into the penalty. That was fantastic. Great to see that team encouragement.
And that was a 17, correction. They've
18,
added one more point. 18-6
yeah.
in favor of Costa Rica, bringing them to a score of 50. Team ZA, 3:18 and 14 minutes remaining.
Betty Bonecrusher at the moment online against... it's so hard to see sometimes. It's Hamadrama. All right, here we go. Hamadrama forced to the inside by Van der Mosley. And again, Van der Mosley doing the damage. Hamadrama just crawling through the pack, but she is not lead jammer. That title goes to Betty Bonecrusher. We've got some jammer on jammer action.
Betty Bonecrusher, gets bumped by Hamadrama. Hamadrama emerges.
Hamadrama, no trouble at all. Costa Rica causing all sorts of trouble for Betty Bonecrusher. And she calls it off, preferring to share the honours for a piece rather than allow any extra points for Team Costa Rica here.
A 4-4. Costa Rica 54. South Africa 3:22. 13 minutes remaining. Official review. Charge to Costa Rica. Costa Rica has some questions for the officials, but Pence, Costa Rica has a spark in them right now.
Isn't it great? This is what roller derby is all about. You get knocked down, but you get up again. It's that Chumbawamba song. It's like an unofficial roller derby theme song.
Well,
you get knocked down, you get up again, and you just keep on going.
That's not getting out of my head anytime soon.
It'd certainly be played at the after party, I hope. But yes, Team Costa Rica is showing a lot of pluck, a lot of guile, a lot of gumption. They are showing what it's all about here at the Roller Derby World Cup. It doesn't matter what the score is. Every jam is a new story.
Yeah, and the South Africans have done them the honor of refusing to underestimate them and have certainly kept the pressure on against Costa Rica, and that's what's made things so exciting. A high five between Bugoff and her opponent on the jammer line. That's La Diabla.
Nice to see. Of course, all this action being brought to you courtesy of Derby Duck Productions. We are immensely grateful for all the work they've done for us over this weekend.
Yes, thank you, Derby Duck. We're just receiving clarification as to the nature of the official review. So
we'll bring that to you in just 1 second. We'd like to say some very brief thank you to Pivot Star. Pivot Star, their family, or the Pivot Star family, proudly sponsoring Team Wales, but they also have a lot of great uniforms to suit everybody. Just getting the word on the official review. So once that's cleared up, we'll be underway for the start of jam number 11.
We've just received word that Costa Rica was requesting a back-blocking penalty to be issued against South Africa's jammer. No such penalty was issued. There will be no change to gameplay.
Bugoff lining up against La Diabla. Little adjustment going on the jam line here, as you can see.
They gave each other a high five before this jam, so they're best buddies now.
Yeah, whistle blows. It's all over Red Rover. Here we go. Oh, Booty Queen crashing through the defense along with number 7, Suki Smackhouse. And that allows Bugoff to become lead jammer. She's now approaching the back of the pack for her first scoring pass.
La Diabla still creeping through the pack, finding some space.
South Africa given enough time to set up down the front. La Diabla, though, is such a powerful jammer.
Suki Smackhouse with the drawback on La Diabla.
Sargento Inferno, welcome back to the track as well.
That is a full 5-point scoring pass there from Bugoff.
Suki Smackhouse being held up here by one of the Costa Ricans. That is 5 or 6. Harakane Tika Meanwhile, nice little apex jump.
Yeah, a little hop over the bottom apex from Bugoff. That will bring her to 15 points on the jam and
Nice.
approaching the pack looking for more.
Just got a 2-all to get past. Skips through on the inside, another 5-point pass. La Diabla, meanwhile, has been called for a high block. So she is off, and it's another power jam for the South Africans. That'll see through for most of the rest of the jam. So Bugoff now with a great opportunity just to rack a few more points. She has 25 so far.
Pack is slowed down in the top apex between 1 and 2. Bugoff round her own defenders, then moves to the outside. Oh, nice footwork. Bugoff keeping it just on the inside of the track boundary, comes out with another 5.
Yeah, she made a full wall seem like 2 there. Really nice tiptoe around the outside. Big strides. She looks up and she decides that that will do. So the penalty box is now clear. Will be 5-on-5 for the start of the next jam.
30-0 was that jam in favor of the South Africans. 352-54 currently in the lead over Costa Rica. 11 minutes remain.
I do believe that's the top scoring jam of the game so far. Axel Bruce lining up now, up against 666 Demonia. Whistle blows, and here we go. A little slow start to the jam. Demonia just swaying back and forth, side to side. Defense matching her moves. Meanwhile, Costa Rica getting the recycle on against Axel Bruce. That was 3-1-4 doing the damage there. Dominatrix.
Lead jam goes to Axel Bruce. South Africa had 8 of the previous 10 leads. Now that's 9 of 11.
Meanwhile, penalty box now filled with white and black. So 2 off for Costa Rica, 1 off for Team ZA. That speed skater pose being adopted by Axel Bruce. Low and around that apex. She is ready for more. Nice little pair around the outside, but a good hit from the Costa Rican defense. Sees her off briefly, but she decides to call. That'll do. And a late hit against one of the Costa Ricans. The whistle had blown, so that is double 1. Naj being sent off for the late hit.
There seemed to be confusion as to whether or not the jam had ended, as Demonia continued to engage with the pack after the whistle had blown. We'll see if.
Well, I'm not going to fault her passion.
No, certainly not. We'll see if that'll bring further sanction, or whether we'll just carry on. Costa Rica, a score of 54. South Africa 362, and we are in a timeout. The officials are discussing probably the somewhat scrambled end to that previous jam.
Nice little chat between the jam timer and the South Africans to the front. Little bit of a smile and a wink being exchanged. Good to see everyone's on good terms here. Everyone's having a good time. And another high five as well.
There we are.
That's what I love about it. Everyone's just happy to be here. We're going to get the official word for the why that official timeout was called.
Yeah, very cherry in conversation with the referees to bring you that information.
Okay, meanwhile, 1-7 lining up. That is Os Amatista up against Betty Bone Crusher. We're about to get things underway. So only 2 on the wall, and that allows Bone Crusher, I should say, Betty Bone Crusher, to get around the outside, and she is your lead jammer.
There's no change to gameplay as a result of that official timeout. The referees were just reinforcing how to listen to each other's calls, because there was some whistle bleed from the other tracks in the venue, and they have to discuss how to hear each other more effectively on this particular track.
Yep, so 4 tracks all going simultaneously all weekend, so there is a little bit of bleed over between the 2 tracks. Of course, you may hear from time to time through the feed the cheers of other tracks as well. So the crowds here have been immensely wonderful.
Star pass, Costa Rica. Janet issuing instructions to her blockers. She wants them to go, move up. The pack picks up speed. We've done a full circumnavigation.
Janet just looking to weave through that pack at speed, wants to get the best Just stepped out of line, so that was number 7, Suki Smackhouse, finishing off what Booty Queen had started. And now things come to a standstill on turn number 3.
Betty Bonecrusher is on a scoring pass, has come out with 5, now approaching the pack, which is in turn 3.
Gemma Janet just being held up beautifully by the South African defense. No pack was called, but Gemma Janet has yielded. Probably the safest thing to do.
Forearm penalty to Booty Queen. She will sit in the penalty area. Janet still engaging.
Yep.
Now against Suki Smackhouse.
Yep. And she is now free of the pack, so that is a scoring pass for Costa Rica. 4 points.
Yeah, Janet able to keep the scoreboard, moving in a forward direction for Costa Rica. Betty Bonecrusher also continuing to score.
As the jam winds down, a full 2-minute jam. We'll just see how the everything's fallen. So 8 points for Costa Rica and 14 for South Africa. So South Africa now on 376, Team Costa Rica 62, 7 minutes and change left in the game. Just do a quick little shout out to Neville Contact Wear. Start the revolution, the first brand for women in contact sports. RevelleContactwear.com, hashtag make an impact.
Brand new jammer for South Africa. It's Hooligan Barbie wearing number 78.
And she picks up lead jammer.
Yeah, Little Ambar, however, giving chase. Hooligan Barbie and Little Ambar catches up as they come around turn number 1 again. Both jammers into the pack.
And there goes Hooligan Barbie. Excellent stuff.
Little Ambar. Oh, just manages to fly between 2 falling blockers. But like a vengeful spirit, Booty Queen appears in front of Little Ambar, knocks her over again. Hooligan Barbie skating on. 5 more points on the jam. That'll make 9.
Now Little Ambar up the inside. She gets a scoring pass. 4 points for Costa Rica. Nice little push down there in the pack here.
Penalty.
South African setup. Oh, South Africa. So now it's a power jam for Costa Rica.
Yeah, Hooligan Barbie is sitting in the penalty box, and that's a full 5-point scoring pass from Little Ambar, who now has an opportunity here on the power jam. Little Ambar approaching the pack here in turn number 2. Oh, and Little Ambar just flattened inside that circle of bodies.
I thought she was as a tactical maneuver. She wanted to just crawl between the legs of the blockers here. It's an unusual maneuver, but it could yield results.
Multiple blocker penalties to Costa Rica means that Little Ambar has little assistance out there.
Costa Rica did manage to split the defensive wall, and she has now cut the track. So we are handing back a power jam as Hooligan Barbie is now back on track. So it's now 30 seconds for South Africa to even the jam score, as it were.
Hooligan Barbie manages to put in one more 5-point pass before the jam ends. That will be a 19-point jam. Further points added to Costa Rica at the end also. So a 19-12, which will bring South Africa to a score of 395. Costa Rica, 74 and 4.5 minutes left on the clock.
Rollin' Cheesy Goodness, Rollin' Cheese Balls, available in-house at the Quadskate shop booth or online. So Cheese Balls, proud sponsors of the Roller Derby World Cup 2018.
Bug off with the power start for South Africa. Team ZA, Bug off gains lead. Bug off, who has done great work for Team ZA thus far with that hummingbird-like ability to remain within the track boundary. And just like that, Bug off gains lead. That is a full 5 on the scoring pass. Little Ambar returns from the penalty area, hops over a body.
She is very quickly through for her scoring pass. And it's a back block adjudicated against the South African jammer. Bug off headed to the penalty bin, and it is a power jam to Costa Rica.
And if you thought this game was going to continue the same way it had been, we have had some twists and turns here in the second half, Pants.
It has been an awesome roller derby. And it's so hard to tell what's going to happen next. South Africa now filling the penalty box. But it's that lady again. If there's one constant to the game, it is Booty Queen. Always there on the defense.
Again, Booty Queen knocking down Little Embar, yeah. Little Embar getting back up.
And just meeting Booty Queen. Booty Queen landing in that big shoulder again.
Bogoff has returned from the penalty area. Comes through on a 4-point scoring pass. Yes.
So star pass, that is 3-1-4 now with it. That's Dominatrix. She is now your Costa Rican jammer racing around the track. We have both jammers on and scoring. So we have 20 odd seconds left to go in this. So let's see how many points we can get. Both jammers just keen for more. Excellent stuff. This is what I love about it. Everyone is tired. Everyone is hurting. Everyone is bruised and battered. And they are still going strong. The Costa Ricans going nuts on the sideline as their jammer gets through for another 4 points. Now it's jammer on jammer action. And Costa Rica Dominatrix lending the big shoulder at the end to Bogoff. Holy cow.
No lack of jump in any of these skaters, as you were saying, Pants, despite fatigue, despite the fact they played the full game already with just 2 minutes left. We are in a timeout from South Africa. The clock frozen at 2:09. That was a 17-12 jam. Once again, Team Costa Rica continuing to move the scoreboard in the right direction. Costa Rica 86, Team ZA 412.
This is fantastic. I am absolutely loving this. Costa Rica and South Africa bringing the goodies to the Roller Derby World Cup. This is awesome. Okay, we just want to make a quick mention of the Girls on Track Foundation. Did you know that by age 14, girls are dropping out of sports at twice the rate of boys? We think that Roller Derby can help change that stat. Please go and visit girlsontrackfoundation.org to learn more. Certainly from what my personal experience, a friend of mine, her daughter is now getting into roller derby at the age of 13. She has just started to strap on skates and she loves it.
I have seen some absolutely electric skating from our junior skaters in the various leagues I'm involved in and across the world, and I'm very, very excited to see what happens with the movement of roller derby and how it affects these young skaters and who they'll grow up to be and if they stick with the sport.
Roller derby is such an amazing community of people, not just for skating, but just for general awesomeness in general. Hammer Drummer and Red Mist on the line now as we get into Jam 16. Red Mist has picked up lead jam as Hammer Drummer is recycled to the back by number 7, Suki Smackhouse.
Red Mist tries to rotate out of a block, challenging the Lynx of Costa Rica.
Suki Smackhouse again recycling Hammer Drummer to the back of the pack. Try again, she is trying the outside maneuver, gets past the 3 wall. Only has one more to go through, and sadly for her, she has picked up her forearms. It is now going to be a power start to South Africa as the jam is called off. So Hammer Drummer has to sit the full 30 seconds.
Yeah, Red Mist called the jam as soon as that penalty was assessed. I think they're keen on getting that power start.
And who better to put on than Axel Bruce? Been an absolute fantastic jammer for South Africa through the whole game.
The South African jammer rotation in general has been quite consistent and has been able to run their program, although Costa Rica has created some chaos for them.
Absolutely, and by mixing up that jammer rotation, you're not quite sure what to expect. What I did expect was for Axel Bruce to get through to lead jammer. She did that in double quick time.
Indeed, now on a scoring pass in turn 1.
South African defense just busting up that wall. But it's number 3 who does the damage. Janet. Excellent stuff.
Now, water skiing along with a colleague. Axel Bruce now comes out of the pack, comes out with 5.
Both jammers now back on track. Oh, easy step through there for Hammer Drummer.
Very little drama for that, yeah.
So another South African takes a seat, so pack advantage now with the Costa Ricans as they make trouble, and that's called off. And we have a timeout.
Yeah, Team South Africa using their official review. They saw there were, well, what appear to be 0 seconds left on the clock. Maybe the referees will put back a couple.
We'll see what they decide to do here. That was right as the game clock was running out.
So that we will get one more jam.
We will get one more jam. My favorite chant, one more jam. One more jam. Yes. We do deliver maximum value here at the Roller Derby World Cup, and the crowd appreciating it. The South Africans want to get one more. The Costa Ricans want to get one more. Let's have a bit of fun.
Yep. Score differential, of course, does matter. So South Africa wants to get into the bonus round.
In a good position,
I'm
absolutely.
sure Costa Rica doesn't mind playing one more either.
The ref's just motioning to all the skaters, just settle down. We'll call this as we're going to get going. It's all right. We do have Betty Bone Crusher and 9-7, Little Umbar. I think she deserves definitely. She's been a nice little surprise coming out of the regular jammer rotation for Costa Rica, what we initially started with.
Suki Smackhouse drags back. Little Ambar.
Little Ambar getting airborne then as she attacked the wall, and she is through for her initial.
Betty Bone Crusher is scoring.
Yes, absolutely. And the Costa Ricans just trying to swarm around her just to make things difficult for her. It's that lady again. It's the Janet making some trouble. Suki Smackhouse once again doing the recycling. She must be good on midnight. And again, forearms penalty assessed to one of the South Africans, so she'll take a seat for the last part of the jam. And a cut track also assessed here. That is against the Costa Rica jammer, so Little Umbar's going to have a seat.
Little Ambar was in a mighty battle against the entire blocking core of South Africa and did draw a penalty on one of her opponents, but received one in turn by cutting the track.
Yeah, such a shame to end the bout that way, but she has given her all. Like I said before, she's been getting airborne, attacking that wall. She's tried every single way to get through. It seems like she gets airborne anyway. It's just amazing to watch. South African standing, Costa Rican standing. Big wall of South Africa forming up here at the back. Costa Ricans forcing the jammer to the outside.
Betty Bone Crusher coming through in a scoring pass, bounces off of Jammer. Suki Smackhouse lowers the boom on Little Ambar.
Sends her flying off the track. She's back up on skate. She'll go back and try again.
Oh, the eyes of Suki Smackhouse as she dared Little Ambar to get back on the track.
They are so in the game. This is fantastic. Now on the inside, Suki Smackhouse doing the damage. And that is the final whistle.
Your unofficial score, South Africa 446, Costa Rica 88. Will await final confirmation. But a heck of a game, Pat.
Awesome game. So glad to have shared this one with you, Slim.
This has been Costa Rica versus South Africa on the Rainy City Roller Derby track here at the 2018 Roller Derby World Cup.
Coming up next will be the Baltic States versus Israel in a demonstration or exposition game. They're not part of the official World Cup, but they're getting a game each to show what they can do against each other. This will be coming up on this very track very shortly. The official confirmation, Team South Africa 446, Team Costa Rica 88.